Right, now, let's try again. Now, I was doing a video just before and the battery ran out. Not really much watch the battery on this, so I just added this bit of photo etch on the bow here. The trouble with this, when I'm working on this deck all the time, is the deck's starting to curve up a bit. So we just cut out a little tiny bit of photo etch for the door. I was working out on the basis of, if you watched the previous video, of getting the little bits done. Not on this deck because that's not fitted. They're finding pieces and where they're going to go. Now, which way were the hinges? So it's on there. Why did he have to make these pictures so damn small? Right, where are we? Right, so the hinges are going towards the bow. So these hinges are... Now you can see here where I had the mistake. Oh, look at that. The state of that. Right. I'm going to use any more super glue. Oh, this curve is pushing on all everything. Oh. This is, I did explain, I wasn't going to do this video, but I did say in the last video that this is it, it's too hot and there's too much stuff to do, so we're just going to build up these little bits first and see what there is. Probably don't need that, do I? I need the thing. Of course, they're their own size tweezers. So that goes in that little gap. And then what we have is a problem with that. As you can see, that will need to be, hopefully, once I do the get the deck tan on it, hopefully it'll... I might just do that now, just to see if it will cover it, because this is where I had a mistake with the deck. Let's have a look. Where's the deck tan? So this is the Mr. Hobby deck tan. And I've also got... I've got two of them. Light deck tan, light deck tan. I had another one somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, I didn't realise I brought 3 of them. That was stupid, wasn't it? So that's almost the same colour. I thought I had a Tamiya deck tan. Obviously not. I see, I brought the deck tans thinking I was buying, oh, there it is. So this is the, oh, that's, yeah, you see now, this is Tamiya's deck tan. Now you can plainly see, that is a completely different deck tan, isn't it? It's almost grey, you know, I mean, so it just shows you what you've got to be careful of with the companies you buy from. And it'd be interesting to compare Revell, maybe Vallejo if they do one, all the different deck tans. Deck tan X55, deck 10H27. So you know, you get a different deck tan dependent on the kit maker, which is a bit strange. So let's just see if this will actually... That needed a bit more. See, this is a completely different colour to the other one. Yeah, it's not quite the same colour as the deck, is it? I just see that. It's because it's all stuck in the bottom, look. Right, so let's just get that. I must invest in a proper paint thingamajig. Right, now I've made a mess of the brush handle. Let me get the brush handle cleaned up. Right, let's try again. So this deck tan, it's almost the same colour. It's not quite the same though. So this is going to be interesting to see how this comes out once that is dry. See, that's where I had the accident, and there as well. You see, and they would have to be painted out, of course, but that was stupid because they're probably painted out in grey. So we'll have to see whether that works out. I mean, looking at it, it's just a slightly different colour. I don't think this one will work out at all. No, you see, that would be a completely different colour altogether. So we'll have to see if that works out. Hopefully that will work out. So then what we want is a towel. I want to take them off because I'm sweating. Right, so that's that. There's not really anything else to add to that now. There's a bit there. There's 3 C164s there. And there you go. The deck is coming up there, look. 3 C164s. Okay, they're them ones there. So I think the C164s, which are a 3, which are here somewhere. Oh, 3 little slots, 1, 2, 3. And they have tiny little holes in them. I think they're for putting rigging type of stuff through. They set up off the deck very slightly. So that's those bits done. We'll call that clear. And then here, there's nothing put up on here. There's brass there. There's another C down here somewhere. So a lot of this is just, if you can see, you can't really see it very well, but all the stuff that you see on here is very small. There's some C's up on the bow there. I'm going to ruin that if I keep moving it around. So let's take that off. So there's some C's there that go in. These are all little bits that are added, and literally none of these exist within the kit. These are all add-ons, the whole kit and caboodle. So there's nothing else that goes there on that deck. So let's just see what actually goes on the bow, because you're going to have pieces that are going to need to I've already done that. And there's a bit of PE going on the hull there by the look of it. I haven't got that on the hull, bugger. Oh well, that's not in the Pontos kit. So we have, now you see, now that's interesting, isn't it? L29, which goes, and these, the Pontos kit has brass bits there. They're there. They were the little things that were already there. So this is the bit there where that bit of white is. So there's nothing that replaces that. So that doesn't get replaced with anything. That's interesting to see where that deck is. So that big deck that we were looking at goes there, there and there. It'll be interesting to see them decks. So that doesn't go. So these two, Alpha 2034, are going to have to be used. Then we've got the breakwater. We've got the other breakwater over here. We've got the bits that are going to go around there. They will go around the bits. Yeah, okay, we don't need to take any of this off really, we don't want to start messing about with it. Right, so what we need to do, the capstan 2, I'm sure that capstan 2 gets painted up a different way. I'm sure that capstan gets painted up in, see there's these here that replace some of them bits that are on there. I'm sure, and as I've said with the breakwater, there's these little bits here that I haven't got and can't get. I'm sure that capstan 1 and 2, I've seen it somewhere. I'm sure you have to paint it up green and red and green, I think. Maybe not. I've seen it somewhere. Maybe it's I'm sure you paint that capstan red and green. This is the MK1 setup. Nothing there with the capstan. I'm sure I've seen that capstan somewhere. And it's painted red and green. Maybe not. Nothing there, is there? I'm sure I've seen that capstan somewhere, painted red and green. I don't know where, but I've seen it. It's certainly not there. And it's not on the actual instructions, because it's the one thing that bugs me with Pontos, with the trumpeter, is the fact that they don't give you any colour call-outs, and that really gets me. Capstan, it's not on there either. I've seen that capstan somewhere. I've seen them and they're red and green. I'm sure they're red and green. I thought I had them as a piece somewhere. Obviously not. An awful lot of photos to do on this. So I think what we need to do is get the, we've got 5 minutes left. I'll just wear out the 5 minutes, gab away, let you have a look at some of this Pontos stuff, because I think what I need to do now is take them wooden decks off, is paint all them bits up grey that are going to show through the deck, sand the deck down slightly, and then varnish it for the deck to stick on. And then there's an awful lot of photo etch here. I'm not terrible with photo etch, but I'm not brilliant. I hate this stuff, but I love this stuff. Whether I'll be able to make all these up is open to question. I'm afraid I've got a little shaky hand and it doesn't quite work out. Now here's the things that I was talking about in a previous video, where you've got to put the guide up for the drills. Look at them, tons of them. Well, it's not in here, but I've seen that capstan somewhere. Maybe I've seen somebody painting it up on YouTube. There it is there. I've got a feeling one's painted red and one's painted green. Can't see it very well there. So these don't supply this capstan. Now what I'll have to do is I'll have to look into what this is here. P89. I don't know what that is. And this is what I've got to remember, is that it comes with the kit. So I don't know what that piece is. This is all the MK1 photo etch. And a lot of this, some of it is replaced so I can afford to make mistakes. Some of it is PE B9. A, B, C, D, E. I haven't got it. A, B, P, E, B, no, it's that bit there. So I didn't put that on the side of the hull. Damn it. Oh well, not that it matters. Can hardly see it anyway. So now, like I was saying, we've got a lot of this stuff. Some of this will be replaced. I reckon. Yeah, you see, there's quite a few bits on here. I think these are replaced with PE. I think there's a fair few bits on this that you can't see clearly where they go on the wooden deck. It's not super clear on what goes on you know, all these little bits, all these little tiny bits that go all over the wooden deck, and there's no holes anywhere for them. So I reckon what I need to do is sort that bit of wooden deck out there. So I've got a minute left, so I'm not going to do any more videos today. It's too hot, I'm sweating. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint up that deck with the grey paint around all them areas that need painting up before the deck's put in place. Then I'm going to varnish it. Then I'm going to get it sorted. I'll see about coming back. I'll try and do a video, maybe do a video putting the deck in place, but I don't know. If I do that, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to concentrate on what we're doing. Because I won't be able to do that deck without painting all these bits up, because you just make a mess of all the bits. And I reckon I'm going to have to start from here and start putting the deck on from this position so that we can work back. So the next job now is maybe to sand some of this down. And it's to paint all these bits up in grey. So thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you've been enjoying the videos I've been putting up. There's a lot of them, unfortunately, because of the length of time the camera takes, and this could run into about a build log if I keep doing it of about 500 parts. So thank you for watching. Bye bye everybody.